Hello there again, it's Starscream. I thought I'd do a review of Smokescreen today. Always like the figure. It's possibly, I think it's the second or third figure I've was actually got for me is the Transformer line. And I've always liked the toy a lot. I don't know where to start with him. I think I'll try to start with his character first. Uh, he comes in season 2. Now, in the comics, the season 2 characters were introduced into the comics by they were protoforms which never got formed. So, i.e., they were always there. The intelligence and the spark, as it were. It sounds a bit like Beast Wars, but it's primarily what it was. Was the essence of the Transformer was there, just didn't have a body. So, I think it's either Ratchet or Wheeljack. In the comics, he creates bodies, but using slight cloning versions of previous Transformers that are already on Earth. That's why we get Hoist, Inferno, and other various Transformers that resemble each other, obviously with different characteristics because their spark's different. And Smokescreen is one of them. As you notice, he's very similar to Prowl and Bluestreak, and that's how he comes about in the comics. In the Transformers, the cartoon, this is not explained. He just appears all of a sudden. You're just supposed to accept that he was always there and one of the gang. And in the cartoon, he actually has Ultra Magnus' voice out of season 3. I don't know what. Oh well, in all fairness, he doesn't have Ultra Magnus' voice out of season 3, does he? Ultra Magnus has his voice. He was first. I love his character in it. He has a really good episode where he's gambling. This is Smokescreen all over. He's a bit of a protagonist, and he also likes. Well, he likes to gamble and take on the odds. He's no, I don't know why I'd put the character. I mean, he isn't that well introduced into the cartoon, to be honest with you. I mean, I really liked it for what there was of him. I mean, I think that is his only episode where he's gambling, and he's gambling that the Autobots can win this, or prevail in this specific fight. And I think it's Ramjet and Dirge or Ramjet and Thrust or something betting against him. I think he loses the bet, but inevitably it turns out alright because they're the Autobots and they always win anyway. And that was quite a good cartoon episode actually. But that's season 2, and like so many season 2 characters, after the movie you don't see them again. I mean, it's not actually. I don't even think he makes one cameo shot as a background character in the movie. You just have to take it for granted that he's either dead or he's fighting somewhere in Cybertron for the Autobots. It's really not explained what happens to Smokescreen. It's a shame. It's a nice character, and it just wasn't developed enough in the cartoon. In the comics, I think he gets killed, like I said, in when Starscream possesses the underbase. And I think that's probably the last we see of Smokescreen. I think he does die in that one. I can't remember. Doesn't make it to a Generation 2 character, not like a few of them did. I don't think you really had any standalone cartoon, or I said already about the cartoon comic, to be honest with you. He's in one where he's traipsing, he's sort of like pacing around Jazz after he'd sort of like been half lobotomized by Galvatron, but it helps the Autobots out in that one, but it doesn't really do a lot more than that, I'm afraid to say. But having said all that, I really like the character. I'll talk a bit about the toy because really don't want to go over time this time. I'm trying to do them as brief as I can so I bore everybody. Look, I think he's a 260Z. It's not a 240Z Datsun because that was a previous one. So I think it's probably a 260Z Datsun. And the variation between Prowl, Bluestreak and Smokescreen is the bumper here. He's got the later bumper there. You see, it's a lot thicker and deeper here inset. And here we go. He's got a spoiler, which really comes to play when you transform him. He's always got the head-mounted missiles. It's a nice touch. Doesn't look right on some of them. I don't think it looks right on Prowl because it just... No, it just doesn't. I don't know why. Maybe it's a personal quirk of mine, but I don't think it looks right. But on Smokescreen, you just can't display Smokescreen without his guns, which attach to his ears apparently. Another thing to note about Smokescreen is his face is slightly squarer than the others. You can't really tell, can you? I mean, No, the camera's not doing me justice today, is it? Or any day. I will replace this camera in future to give it better reviews, but for the time being I have to make do with this. Is a slightly squarer face. I'll give him a transformation this time for once. I've got a bit more time to talk about this one. I'll remove his gun anyway. And his earpiece things. I like the transformation of him. A nice bit of metal work on the bonnet there. And on the wings. It's quite a simple transformation. It's nice, but it's simple. Put it back. Put his head up. Not like Jazz. Look, see, on this one. Oh, stupid fingers keep getting in the way. You can literally just pull it down. It makes no difference. You don't have to pull it back. As I said, the end of so many Jazzes, I'm afraid to say. Back there, another transformation, difference from the Jazz one, but is in similarity with the Brown smokescreen. It's just a plastic joint there, which pivots on itself. There's no chance of it breaking unless you're particularly brutal with it. Rotate it. Nice touch. Click it back down. I liked about these particular cars is they clip together a lot better than Jazz. You notice the door here. You can't see. I'm sorry about this. There's a little gap there, and it literally clips into place, holds it, and you pull those back, push the roof down, and put them down, and it all clips into place. I mean, it's a better designed toy than Jazz. It's a shame that. Sorry, I'm missing this. And his arms fold in a very similar way to Jazz's. You know, the sort of like. Get this right. There we go. Sort of like a cross-armed thing. I mean, there we have it. It's a 260Z as far as I know, to be honest with you. And it's a lovely figure, but you can see what I was on about with the bonnet there. Because Prowl and Blue Streak, the bumper folds in and it's sort of like got a raised bit around there. Because I think they're 240Z. So I'd imagine this was a 260. Yeah, again, a lovely toy. This is the reissue one. I do have the original one, but I'm afraid he's missing one of the back lights. Back window screens. See that there? And you can see the spoiler. And a slight recolouring, well, remoulding of the rear end, if you noticed. I think the stickers are slightly different. But having said that, I love the figure. I think it's a cool toy. I think most Transformer fans would agree with me. It's a really nice figure, especially with the download bonnet. As for that, I can't really think of a lot more to say about Smokescreen. Other than the fact I quite liked him, to be honest with you, and he really didn't have much of a character development. Right, I hope that's some help with him. I'll be doing some more in the future, hopefully a little bit more professionally, and I hope to get another camera as soon as I can. Alright, thanks for listening and watching.